Okay, boom. Section 10 bonus podcast on a Friday. And no Steve, no Jake. Jake is sick again. I mean, I feel bad for Jake. He's resting up for everyone that's concerned. Lots of fluids, lots of rest. Tyler?
Thank you. I had suffered through multiple illnesses in the month of December. I heard if you drink orange juice, it can be really important for your immune system with pulp. You drink without pulp, it's not going to do shit for you. With pulp, you'll recover 3 to 4 days, 72 to 96 hours.
Why are you giving medical advice?
I healed myself, and look at me now. I look better than I ever have.
You don't. Also, I want to give a congratulations. Shout out to Tyler Milliken, who did not get suspended on the episode this week.
I think
you didn't even notice that.
No, Steve brings out the bad side of me sometimes. I think the angry side.
You blaming him?
I'm not blaming him.
Suspended.
Whoa. I feel like that's true. I feel like that you have had episodes in the past that Steve wasn't there, that you didn't get suspended because Steve wasn't there.
You guys bring out a more mature side of me.
Do you act out? Do you treat this podcast like it's a prison yard? And you're just like, oh, I'm the new guy, so I gotta fucking beat up someone that's bigger than me to set the tone. Is that what you do?
It's not really about beating anyone up, because I don't think anyone thinks I'm knocking someone out, but I'm the one that's like wiping their shit on the walls and doing all this like bizarre stuff so people don't fuck with me. That's what I do.
Wow.
All right.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense.
Secondly, while I'm here, you guys didn't say anything in the first podcast about my lighting, but yes, I know everyone's watching and seeing it right now. It's greatly improved. Thank you. I know I don't look gray and ill anymore. I look nice and
no, you do.
Popping.
You look very white.
Yeah, that's my skin color.
And your walls are white, so like it just doesn't. Yeah, you don't. There's no contrast.
Hold on.
You ever think about painting your walls? Oh yeah, wow. There you go.
There's someone coming to hang it on Saturday because I had a fatal error as I tried to hang things in my room last week.
What do you mean by someone? You hire like a task rabbit or something?
Yeah, essentially. It's like one of my mom's friends.
So no.
He's like a man, like a actual man.
So you didn't hire anyone. You got one of your mom's friends.
Yeah. Or cousin. He's not my cousin.
All right. That's fine. I want to hang up my Underdog Fantasy neon sign behind me. Do you think it'll fit, Coley?
They're big. They don't look that huge.
Mine's right there.
You know, they're large. There it is. Promo code Jared.
Promo code Jared, Jared.
For the big game.
For the big game. The big game next weekend.
What was the incident, Tyler, that you put yourself on a no hanging hiatus?
Yeah, so I have a bunch of like Red Sox photos and like some anime inspired stuff that I was going to hang throughout the room. And I didn't realize when you put a nail in the wall, you got to put it on there's a word for it. Yeah, Stud. That. I didn't do that. I thought you could just, wherever on the wall, you just put the nail in and hope for the best. Quickly realized.
You can for most of the wall. How heavy are the
have you
things you're
seen my room out here? There's nails all over the place.
Oh no. Those are my screws. So I had this thing that's very heavy. I have this Red Sox picture.
Those also, are heavy for sure.
Yeah, I have more.
What is that picture? What is that
picture? Limited edition photo that my boy Puff actually ended up getting for me. It's opening day 2018.
Oh.
Boom. I have a bunch.
Shout out Puff, by the way.
My guy.
Yeah, came to Section 10 night.
My brother. But yeah, I have a bunch of Red Sox stuff like that, but I've realized this little corner I'm in, I can only put one thing, and of course I got to put the dog behind me, so that's what I'll be doing. I also feel like the lights behind me will tone me well.
It won't, actually.
No?
It depends. We'll see. We'll see.
Give it time.
Yeah, give it a little time. Sometimes all you need is time. A little bit of love.
I can't really judge the space you're in. Like, what's on? Is that the ground? But what's that thing on the ground behind you?
Oh no, this is my new rack that I got. It's a shoe rack that I've redesigned to hold my like PlayStation and my other video game consoles.
What do you mean by redesigned?
It's a shoe rack. It's not meant for other things, but I like.
So you repurposed it. You didn't redesign it.
Yes, right. Exactly. But it has 4 levels to it. And now I just put like my PlayStation here, and I can put like little things. This is my Tristan Casas bobblehead. Right here.
That now I can see that it's Nah,
I can't imagine the things that Tristan Casas bobblehead has seen.
I'd be beating it the fuck up. I promise you that.
Yeah.
Shout out Sean Palmer, made Tristan Casas on MLB 25 the show for the cover.
Shout him out. Yeah, we love Sean Palmer here.
Great dude.
Great dude. Staple in the community. A staple. Since Steve isn't here, I feel like that means that we can do some voicemails without someone fucking pissing and moaning and crying and throwing up about it. Is that something we can do?
Tyler, if he's like lightly rear-ended, he might do all those things. So be careful.
That's true.
I got to make my money somehow. Okay. Everyone does
Quick
it a different way.
racks.
There were a lot of people that reached out that were like, thank you for this. I never knew that this was a possibility. People are sending me their insurance, like clauses and shit. It's real. It's an actual thing.
Thank you for teaching me about insurance fraud. Yeah.
It's only January, but like when the best of 2025 comes out, that'll be on it.
That and Marcus are going to be bangers, dude.
I didn't know that I didn't think Marcus was that funny.
I thought Marcus was very funny. Maybe I'm overrating it a little bit.
There was a lot of Marcus love on. I mean, listen, if people love Marcus, I love Marcus, then so be it. I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from Marcus. Saved my fucking life, but
he's a goddamn hero. Yeah.
Rest in peace. Yeah. Yeah. Rest in peace, Marcus. But listen, that pee pee poo poo car segment, I feel like that is undoubtedly going to make the best of 2025 real.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I don't have to bring it out. I hope I don't have to experience it and put on the action myself at some point. But I'm willing to do it.
The segment by saying I hope this happens to me.
Yeah, but like the more I've thought about it, I never thought about what the second step would be when I'm just sitting there and then the cop shows up or I'm talking to the guy. Like, I don't know. It seems like a lot going on. If it's later in the day, I'd be more into it.
Covered in shit.
Shit your pants on the way home from work is different than shitting your pants on the way to work.
I guess. I guess, bro.
I like that you're still going to work.
Listen, I'm a grinder, baby.
Been rear-ended.
I feel like we should do a voicemail.
Fucking fire him up.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Mike, father of Nomar, the dog. Was listening to old Section 10 episodes today, and I came across the one where you guys talked about Pedro for 2 episodes with Coley making his appearance on the show.
Yeah, debut.
And at the beginning of that, you talked about doing a Manny episode, a Nomar episode, a David Ortiz episode. And I'm just wondering, when are those going to happen? Like, I know it'd be great to get them all as guests, which had some in the past, but I think just you guys just talking about them would be awesome. Let me know.
So, Mike, I'll tell you, that was like a series concept where I was like, all right, I want to do a Pedro episode. I want to do a Nomar episode. I want to do a Manny episode. And it was the Pedro episode was with Coley. The Nomar episode was supposed to be with Dave. And the Manny episode was supposed to be with Hank. And then we did the Pedro episode with Coley. And then we were like, oh, you're just on the show now forever. And then Coley was like, what took you so long to ask me? And I was like, I didn't know that you, like, I always associated Coley with basketball. I was like, I didn't know that you got down with the Sox like that. Like, he's a more well-rounded sports fan, and it's like, if you're all in on the Celtics, how can you be all in on the Sox? And he basically just said, watch me. And he was right. He was right.
You know what's crazy?
What?
There's no one in the market. I don't mean like podcasts. I mean people who talk about Boston sports.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't another person who can go 3 sports deep as well as I can. There's not one.
I 100% agree.
I'm failing to think of one.
There's not one. There's really no one who's great at talking about the Celtics other than the people who like directly cover the team.
Fair.
Patriots is a lot of people who only talk about the Patriots. So I don't think I'm super high when it comes to talking about the Patriots. I'd put like 50 people ahead of me.
Even Celtics,
but I could hold
Red
a
Sox.
conversation with all of them. Yeah, Red Sox, I'm looking at the other people.
How many? Yeah, there's no overlap. Like, especially if you're into the Red Sox, I don't know anyone else that can talk another sport outside.
They'd talk hockey. They would talk hockey.
Hockey's
you know
usually
what I mean?
the pivot.
I can talk WWE with the best of them.
No doubt.
That's what you use your brain for, though. Like,
Yeah.
if you didn't have that, maybe you'd be a football guy or a basketball guy or something.
I was a football guy, and I was a hockey guy.
Hey,
this is almost
don't
a Bruins
care
anymore.
Podcast.
Huh?
This was one decision away from being a Bruins
That's
podcast.
very true. It was actually one traumatizing event away from being a Bruins podcast. Yeah. I don't remember if I even told that story on the podcast before, maybe, but it's been a long time if I have or haven't. So when I was a young boy, we had Bruins season tickets, and so we used to go to Bruins games all the time. And then we were sitting, they were like way up there. They were way up there, and they did like the golden seats where you get like a seat upgrade. You get to sit on the glass. They take you out of your, balcony seats and put you right there in the front. And I was terrified of being on the Jumbotron. Did not want to be up there. And so like they're bouncing around, showing people on the Jumbotron, and then they lock in on young Jared. And I'm just like, hello. Just a little wave. Hey, what's going on? And the camera doesn't fucking pivot. The next thing you know, the in-arena MC is like, hey, we got this young fan right here, this lucky winner, the golden tickets, the luckiest fan in this entire arena. What's your name, son? Jared, you're going to be moving all the way up to sit on the glass for the Bruins. And I'm just like, the camera is like on me the entire time. I got the fucking microphone. I'm like, hate it. And then we get escorted down through the concourse to whatever. And like, you got people like pointing at me, like, that's the kid that won the seats. And I'm just like, please don't look at me. And then, so I sat on the glass for the rest of the Bruins game, came home and tore all the Bruins shit off my walls.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, fuck the Bruins, these
The
motherfuckers. Yeah. I was like, I can't believe they put me on the big board and embarrassed me like that. Yeah. Came home just screaming, crying.
How old
not
were
even
you?
a temper tantrum, like a mental breakdown. How old?
Like 7.
7.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's
Tore
so
all
funny.
the Bruins shit off my walls. And then I was done. I was done with the Bruins after that. And we switched to Red Sox season tickets. As the story goes, Pedro gets traded to Boston. We get Red Sox season tickets instead of Bruins season tickets. And the rest is history. But yeah,
Luckily, the Red Sox would never do something as foolish as like feature you and bring you on the field or something weird like that.
I've never been on the big board as a fan, though. Ever.
That part is funny.
Yeah, they've never, like, I've been sitting by the dugout.
As a fan, yeah.
Yeah, I've never been in the stands and just been like, oh shit, that's me. Never. Not one time. Ever.
You throw the same tantrum today.
Yeah, I'm just like, I fucking hate I would have to burn my house down now. I would have to come home and set fire to my entire house if that were the case.
Train, get the kids, pack a bag.
Yeah. Why don't you go head up Route 1, find us a nice hotel. I'm burning this thing to the ground. Yeah. This very well could have been a Bruins podcast if it weren't for the golden seats trauma that I had to endure as a 7-year-old.
Did your parents try to explain it to you?
Huh?
Did your parents like talk it through? Like, hey, this was, sometimes as a kid, you don't process things
So part
correctly.
of the trauma was my parents maybe my sister was there. I don't remember her, but my aunt was sitting next to me. So I won the golden ticket with my aunt. So like, not only was I traumatized from being on the big board, but I was also ripped away from my parents. Like they took me away from my parents and moved my seat. And yeah, that was also part of the trauma as well. No offense to my aunt. She's great.
No, that could be scary for a kid. That could be super scary for a kid.
I'm freaking out that all these people were looking at me and I don't have my comfort person to be like, to tell me everything's okay and don't worry about it. So, but I did get they gave you like a little cardboard suitcase full of candy. So I did have that. Which was
wasn't
great.
enough to win you back though. The bridge had already been burned.
That is bad though. As a kid, like if you are one of those kids with social anxiety, I was like that too. You separated me from my mom, I would have these like crying fits. It happened to me at the circus. I started puking violently. I wasn't even feeling sick. It was just my body's response. I knew if I started puking, my mom would show up.
Got rear-ended by the clown car.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be their little performer of the day.
They had him whipping the tiger. He's like,
I don't know what it was supposed to be a big thing. I was going to be like the little assistant to the main circus guy.
Yeah. They took one look at you. They said, I see clown in your future. Get up here, pal.
It was a lot of puke.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
That was close.
No, it's a sliding doors moment that they were just trying to upgrade your seats. They're like, you know what? This little kid would love to see Joe Thornton and the boys up close and personal.
They see the 7-year-old kid. They're like, we're about to create a diehard fan for life.
He might even play for us one day. You never know with those North Shore kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Didn't work out that way. Still love the Bruins though. I go once a year. I usually get my sister Bruins tickets on the glass for Christmas. So the trauma has subsided, but still, I still have that fear of being up on the Jumbotron. Still have that fear. And I think it's crazy though that I've never been up there at Fenway. And I'm not even saying like that, like they would put like, please welcome, like just like by chance. How many fucking games have I been to? How have I not even been in like the background or something like that? I don't know. Never happened.
Yeah.
Have you, Coley?
Not at Fenway, to my knowledge. At the Garden, I used to get up there a lot. A lot. I never had season tickets, but I would end up going to like 20 games a year. You could get into a Celtics game back then for like $25 for two people if you were willing to sit high enough. So that I was there 20, 25 times a year for a stretch. They were terrible during that stretch, but I was on the Jumbotron I welcomed it.
That's what I'm saying. If you're at the Garden for the Celtics or the Bruins, pretty much all you have to do is move, and that camera is gonna find you.
Yeah,
like when they're doing the Jumbotron, like searching the crowd to put people up there, it's almost like a Squid Game where you're just like, I just don't let it happen. You're not putting me up there. Anyways. I hope that answers your question, Mike.
So those episodes aren't coming.
Yeah. I mean, we could still do it as like a bonus pod, but
have Dave on.
Yeah. I'll see if Dave's available to come on.
What's up, guys? Wilkie here.
Wilkie!
First-time caller, long-time listener. Main reason I'm calling is because all of these stories about T-Dog's driving prowess have got me a little bit worried since he now lives in Wareham and I drive through Wareham a couple times a week. Tyler, when exactly are you on the road so I know to avoid those times? Or should I just get a dash cam to make sure that no pee or poop ends up on my car or in my car? Let me know, man. Thanks. And also, great job on The Real McCoy, guys. Did not expect to get tears in my eyes watching a video. But a lot of fond memories from me growing up in New Bedford, going to Pawtucket to see those games. My one regret, not going to see the outfield of Reddick, Ellsbury, and Murphy. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
So for anyone who doesn't know, Wilkie is, speaking of Barstool, he fought in Rough and Rowdy, won, and he I didn't mean like one is in the number. One is in victorious. And he was one of the Section 10 MVPs when we did the round tables. So shout out Wilkie. But to his question, T, when I honestly, it doesn't even matter when you're on the road. He answered his own question. Dash cam.
No. The dash cam can be bad for everyone. Is it inside the car or just outside the car?
Inside, but facing outward.
I don't know, man. Like, if you're not ready to release on cue, then you're getting yourself into some lawsuit territory here. Because I think if you start shitting after the collision or maybe while the cop's on the way, you're not going to get the same amount of money. That might be 50 racks. It might not be 100.
You did say that you have family that listens to the podcast.
Yeah, a lot, unfortunately.
What do they say to you when you say these things?
Most of them know something's not right. Like, no one ever looked at me as normal at any point in my life or time. It was just like, Tyler's Tyler. As long as, you know, he gets to do the things he likes to do, baseball, whatever it may be, he'll keep living.
So, I mean, I can't say I've been in exactly the same position as you, but when we did Barstool Radio and I did the show with Kevin, and I guess I was trying to like match his freak a little bit as the baseball guy. I was trying to be like, I can, you know, tell funny, wild stories. No one believed them. I mean, they were all true and they weren't even my craziest stories. Irregardless, my mom and dad listened to every single show. So like I would talk about, you know, things that you would never in a million years say in front of your parents, but indirectly you are saying those things in front of your parents because they're listening to this radio show. So I guess I know what it feels like to be around family after they hear these things that you say on the air. But I think for me, because I don't know your family that well, my dad obviously grew up my dad grew up a fan of like Howard Stern, so he gets it, and my mom just knows my sense of humor, so it was never really awkward for me. Like, have you had an awkward moment with a family member because of something you said on the show?
No, it's mostly like, if I'm being 100% honest, like when I reference having intercourse with Martha, like a lot of that is the weirdness because her mom listens to the podcast.
Wait a second. Martha's mother?
Yep.
Listens
shout out to
Section 10?
Shout out to Mitra. She's a great lady. But no, she do be checking in, so she'd be hearing about what I'm slinging from time to time. And like, she's not weird about it, but she'll definitely make a joke about it. And you know, Martha's grandparents don't speak a ton of English, so there's not as much worry on that. But yeah, her mom definitely be letting me know what's
That's
up.
the one who's, you know.
Martha's mother listens to the podcast.
She do.
Wow, what a supportive future mother-in-law.
Yes, very good to me overall. But my mom, I come from a very like religious household, so some of the stuff, it took a while for it to build up for my mom to actually be okay with it. She thought I was like, she's like, if you keep telling these stories, like you're never going to get a job or be able to do anything elsewhere. And I'm like, no, I think the stories are the only reason I have a job and people are keeping me around. I was like, I don't think it's for the baseball takes. I think people are just interested in how I made it this far.
That's fair. It's a very relatable position. Yeah. Because what was I going to do on a radio show with Kevin? I was going to talk about baseball every day? No.
Can't.
No.
We can be freaky.
Right,
we can get weird.
I have to show that I'm not just a baseball guy. I can bring something else to the table besides wrestling, which we never talked about, and baseball. So I talked about like jerking off.
But that's like the vulnerable shit. I'm not really an emotional person overall. So when I can share my inner thoughts and what like destroys my brain, that's when I feel better. You know, I'm not a crier.
We keep you in line though. You don't say anything too crazy.
Well, it's not like we stop recording and I start saying some of the most outrageous shit of all time either.
No. The only time that you said something absolutely outrageous was when you had the option to drink a Blue Moon, but you chose a different beer. That was outrageous.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
Do you want to apologize?
Yeah, can I?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. My name's Tyler Milliken. And even pondering the idea of drinking something that isn't Blue Moon is gross and disgusting, and I'll never do it again.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I hope that you've learned from your mistakes today.
Thank you for pushing me to do that.
Anytime. Because trades, free agency, roster cuts, baseball season feels so far away, but excitement is already building. Blue Moon gives you a dose of ballpark nostalgia without even being at the park. In fact, Blue Moon was born in a ballpark at the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado. Its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience, perfect year round. And Tyler, it was disgusting. That is a word that I would use. Disgusting behavior by you to choose a beer that wasn't Blue Moon, but I saw you immediately regret and repent and correct your decision. And the rest of the night, it was Blue Moons, and that made me happy. That made me proud. That made me proud to be your friend.
It's not the first time in my life I've had to repent either for like drinking or eating something that I shouldn't.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you've been there before, like I remember when I made my first communion, I got addicted to the communion bread. You know, those little
How do you get more than one? How, did you steal from the church?
I did. I went into the back. Shout out Father Tony. Was always really good to me.
Shout
out Father Tony. I actually went back and I took 4 or 5. They come in these nice little it's almost like a Sorelli's like kind of packaging or whatever it may be. And I would down those motherfuckers. They were so good. All I ever want, I still to this day want to dip it in something. Best little chip you could ever have. It's my favorite part of going to church.
We need to revisit this. Please hold. From its refreshing flavor with Valencia orange peel for a subtle sweetness and hints of coriander. Yeah, Blue Moon Belgian style wheat ale is a one-of-a-kind beer that's made brighter. It's carefully crafted and full flavored with refreshing notes and a smooth, creamy finish. Why strike out with the same old beer when you can get something that's one of a kind? Best served with its signature orange garnish to showcase its beautiful hazy color. A beer this good only comes around once in a Blue Moon, but you can enjoy it all off season long. Make winter weather feel like spring training. Blue Moon Belgian style wheat ale is a one-of-a-kind every time. Get Blue Moon delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared to see your delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter, celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado Ale.
Suck one.
And suck one. So you stole the Eucharist. Is that what it's called?
Christ.
The body of Christ was stolen over and over again. You stole multiple bodies of Christ.
I took a bite, a nibble, couple.
How many bodies of Christ are we talking about?
3 to 5.
God bless you, Coley.
Thank you, Jared.
Yeah.
It was like 3 to 5 in that session. To be fair, I was in training at the time.
Training for what?
My mom had this dream of me being an
Competitive
altar
Christ
boy.
eating?
No. My mom had a dream of me being an altar boy. My father was an altar boy.
God. Could you imagine Tyler Milliken as an altar boy?
Jesus. I wanted to, fill the role, but I got beat out, unfortunately. I was not
by who?
Selected. This
beat
kid,
out
Joey.
or beat off?
No, I did not get beat off. I think Joey might have got beat off. But Joey came out on top. He beat me to it. And credit to him. His parents were more beloved at the church than my family. And I think, fortunately, I wasn't a favorite.
Do you get paid to be an altar boy? Is that like a paid position?
No.
So, the church, you go to church and they collect the money in the basket. Where does that money go?
To the church.
Oh. Yeah, the
pay
church.
for expenses.
Yeah, but the churches don't have to pay taxes, right?
No, but they have to buy food for the convent and all that.
They have a car there a lot of the time. There's a lot of utility.
They do have one car that they all share.
Yeah.
Do the priests live at the church? No.
My church, yes.
A lot.
They
of
live
them,
there.
Yep, right on the side. There's legit I guess you call it an apartment. At least for me,
convent.
Yeah, a priest can't be married in my religion.
Right.
Everyone knows that.
I feel like there's some, at least Martha,
and
she's Greek Orthodox. Hers can get married.
Huh.
I'm getting baptized soon, by the way. Greek Orthodox Church. What's good?
Wait. Hold on. Are you converting religions for Martha?
I'm mending them. I can't turn down what I have, but I want to be somewhere in the middle.
You can't have multiple religions. You can't.
I can't do that to my mom.
You gotta pick a team, brother. Pick a team, brother.
I just want to be cool with everybody. Like, like the Greeks mess with me, but also
if there's one thing religions aren't, it's cool with other religions.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I'm excited to go in the pool. I think that is one of the standout experiences. I want to pick my whole fit out and everything. I'm actually excited. I can pick out a name.
Can we document this?
I can talk to Martha about it, but it is happening.
Leave Martha alone. Speaking of you, getting dunked.
If we set up a dunk tank for his christening, we had all the priests throwing balls.
I don't want to do full government names, but Matt, who makes the signs for us, and his daughter Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
You know them.
Great people.
So I believe Lucy is doing a fundraiser. Let me make sure I get the details correct.
They sent a beautiful Christmas card to my house, by the way. Very nice.
Yeah, they're amazing. Okay, so it's for the Special Olympics. And so I think what Matt wants to do, he has like a target goal in mind for a donation amount. And I think if you donate $10, that's one entry to win a sign from Matt that he'll do like whatever like Section 10 custom sign you want, or it doesn't even have to be Section 10. It could be like Red Sox, whatever. Like he just made the Paw Sox one for Emond. So $10 donation is an entry, and then he will make whatever sign you want if you're the lucky winner. But then for Lucy's fundraiser, I need more clarification, because I was like driving while we were having this conversation on the phone, because it's like we're gonna do the sign giveaway, but then Lucy's also something to do with, like, they're doing like a polar plunge, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna have I think it's in like Hull or something like that. I was like, we're not gonna have Tyler drive an hour to go in the ocean, but he does live down the Cape, so if they hit a certain amount, we can just have Tyler run into the ocean that way. Like, he's near. How far are you from the ocean right now where you sit?
10 minutes.
Boom. All right. So if Matt and Lucy hit a certain amount for their donation, to do the polar plunge, what would you set the bar at, T? What's the donation goal for a polar plunge?
$200? Does that seem crazy?
Are you fucking idiot?
Is that high, or is that too low?
I knew that was going to happen.
All right.
Yeah, that was 75 cents.
Do you know? All right, Tyler, do you know how many people listen? I mean, you do know, because you saw a lot of them at Section 10 night at Fenway. Do you know how many people listen to this podcast, and do you know how many people would donate $10 for a good cause especially to see you jump in the fucking ocean in the middle of the winter?
Yeah, okay. Do you hate charity or something? Why did you set that so low?
$2,000? I don't know. I don't know.
How about $1,500? How about
perfect?
How about let me see.
I haven't been to any of the local beaches around here yet. I think Onset is the one that's closest to me right now, but yeah, it's down the road. Mark Anthony's Pizza's down there. That's my new local spot. Shout it out. Not always blessed to find a place like that, but hey, sponsor me.
Here's the number. The goal is, and we obviously want to raise more money than this, but if we can get to $1,044, Tyler's going in the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what that number is?
1,444. No,
not 444. Just 1,044. 1044.
No.
That is the number of plate appearances Bobby Dahlbeck had in his Red Sox career.
Bobby Dahlbeck.
So if we can raise
1044 too many.
Huh? What'd you say, Coley?
I said so far.
So far, yeah. I mean, he could get traded back. He could. Okay. So the goal is $1,045. We need to break the Dahlbeck barrier. If we can raise $1,045 for a great cause, you will be entered to win a sign from Matt, and B, Coley.
What's it at now? Has it already started?
I don't think it started yet.
Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure if they were at like 1,000 already, I wouldn't. I like it. It should be Tyler's.
Let's just say, for argument's sake, it already did start, and they have $580. It's $1,045 additional from us.
That's what I want. Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm good in cold water. I went whitewater rafting.
What does that mean?
Back in like 2015.
I'm good in cold water. What does that mean?
Hot water,
dude?
the kid's a mess.
I fell in. They offered me and my little sister to get in there, and neither of us could pull each other up back onto the raft. So we had to exist in the cold water for like half a mile until we were able to actually like lift each other back into the raft. It was like 8 people on there.
He's just drowning in the shower. He's just like, it's too hot.
Put me in.
All right. That's going to be fun. I'm excited for that.
Nips will be back out.
Oh,
way
big
out.
time.
Did we already do a third voicemail? Is this the third one?
No.
Okay, boom. It's Joey Gundy from Minnesota.
Joey!
I want to start by saying I'll miss Steve on the podcast this week, but it'll be incredibly funny if you guys are to clean 40 the one time he's not on. Just want to know if you guys can tease any interviews you got planned during spring training, and if Coley plans on calling any Red Sox teammates assholes like he did back in 2019. Thanks.
That's a great question. So, yeah, we are doing spring training. Are you coming to Arizona or no? You're just doing Florida, Coley?
Just doing Florida.
Okay. So I think Section 10 is doing Florida. Baseball is Dead is doing Arizona. I think that means I'm doing both. I think Dallas might be doing both as well. Maybe J-Hay too, because I think they're doing Slab Lab content in Florida.
I believe so.
So, yeah. It's going to be fun. I'm excited.
Okay,
for
boom.
it. Whoa. Okay, boom. Yeah. We're definitely going to do interviews. And Coley, you're part of the question. Do you plan on calling anyone an asshole this time?
Probably, yeah. I feel like there are more of them now, so yeah.
Oh, way more.
Trevor Story's cooked.
No, I mean, it's tough because I really don't have anything personal against the guy. If he paid for another team, I would never talk about him, ever.
But
And
you know,
really
Trevor
doesn't play
Story's
for
going to
this
have a
one.
big spring training like he did last year. And then when I get overly excited about it and I bring it up constantly, you're going to get sick of it very quickly.
I mean, you said he was going to have a 25-25 year last year. Like, what?
I also said
He
Justin
said that?
Slayton was going to be the best reliever on the Red Sox.
We weren't talking about him, and
just
Kenley
saying.
was.
I'd take Justin Slayton.
Who are you
I don't
most
hate
looking
Trevor
forward to
Story.
talking to, Coley?
Who would I most like? I mean, if we could get Casas, that would be big. Like, I think that would be. I don't even know if we'd have to say much. I think if you just hand him a
You would just start
microphone-
talking and yeah.
Yeah. That would be, I mean, they haven't added anyone new. We've talked to Campbell. I would love to just keep talking to them.
Mm.
I think Rafaela would be cool if we talked to him. Just seems like a cool dude in general.
How's his English?
Doesn't he speak multiple language? I thought he was a
Yeah.
multiple language guy.
I think he's like Xander, where he can like.
Yeah,
talk
I
to
thought he was like
essentially
5
anybody.
languages. So I think
I can't remember him talking. Like, I don't remember him talking.
No, they didn't throw it to him a lot last year. Like Bayo would be sick, but I don't think he's huge on English.
Yeah.
I just had
Crochet?
someone. I mean, yeah, Crochet would be awesome. Crochet would be really cool. I would still we talked about it when we were going to Worcester. We just had so many guys. I would love to talk to Vaughn. I think he had a super interesting path and has an interesting way forward.
Mm-hmm. Liam Hendricks, just to hear his accent would be cool.
Sure. I don't hate Hendricks.
Does Chapman speak English?
I believe the long statement I talked about on the last episode he gave with the Pirates was through an interpreter.
Okay.
So I'm not
sure.
Yeah,
it's probably good to have an interpreter for something super serious like that. Anyway,
you're right.
You can speak it. Yeah.
Right. But I'm not 100% sure on that. Trying to think if any. Tyler's going to list all the 45 non-roster invites.
Nope. I'm not doing anything.
But that's like, there are guys I would like there are lower level guys I would like to talk to that I know we're not going to because we have to be smart with our time. But like Nelly Taylor, I would love to talk to. People don't like to talk about me dubbing him as the next guy early last year, and now that's the only person anyone talks about because everyone's bored of talking about the other top guys. Some of the guys we drafted last year, like Peyton Tolley, would be super interesting to talk to. Who was buddy we took from? We took someone from Florida. Do I have that right?
Yeah,
Tyler.
Hold on, I believe he was the 3rd round pick, if I recall.
Yeah,
correctly.
Like Brandon Neely, maybe.
Yep, Brandon Neely, 3rd round pick.
Yeah, just like some of the pitchers they've added. Obviously, we talked to Priest or Dick Fitz.
Conrad Payson doing the Shohei Ohtani to start.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Yes and no. He's still a teen. You know what I mean? Like, he could be, like, definitely, I find him cool, everything about him, but his story's so at the beginning. I want to let that play out a few years and see how that goes.
Hunter Dobbins would be one for me. Just a guy who's like a pitching nut, but also like is downing Dr. Peppers before he ever pitches all the time. Like very weird cat, but someone I feel like is going to be around here for a long time. D'Angelo Ortiz, if he was around as well, to see kind of, dude, being Big Papi's son and kind of being in the organization for a year. Like we haven't heard anything basically since he was drafted. Like, what is it like? Like, what's your pathway here? What are you hearing? Do they give you that special treatment? I'd be curious. Garcia brothers would be fun. But they're also, I don't know how much English they're speaking either.
I have no idea. No clue. Is there anyone you're trying to, Duran, we didn't mention.
I don't know. I've been talking to Duran about doing the show for years now. And he's got to do it eventually. Like, if you're going to be the guy, there's never been a safer place to be.
We got real close 2 years ago. Like we
got close
before
last
the
year
Durant
too.
breakout happened.
When he was campaigning for the All-Star game and making media rounds, like we were definitely on the list until we weren't. I think, it's something that I think that there's trust there, but I don't know. I don't know what gets it across the finish line. So I don't know. We'll see.
Is there anything that would be more watched than a one-on-one sit down with me and Story?
Tyler and Tristan Casas.
No, people would hate that.
Come on.
Oh yeah.
You can hate watch it.
People would definitely hate that. I think, if we got Casas, that would probably be the biggest one. But if you and the Story doesn't strike me as someone that would really give a shit that like a podcast person is talking shit about him. I really don't think
So first of all, podcast person's rude. Second of all,
how'd you describe yourself?
Talking
Baller.
shit. What have I talked shit about?
Him.
Well, you basically called him a double agent last year in Colorado.
That's like maybe the nicest thing I've ever said about him.
I think he's definitely not a rabbit ears guy. He's definitely not sensitive.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think he is. Honestly, if he was, we would know about it by now. Because anyone that this show has had a tiff with, we've known about it almost instantaneously.
Sure. I don't think he likes me, and I think he's correct in feeling that way.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't think it, to your point, I don't think it like keeps him up at night.
No.
And it shouldn't.
No. Like Bob obviously hates Tyler, but
Sure.
I don't think he, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's not occupying too much space in his mind.
Listen, there were...
You don't know Bob then.
I'll leave it at it. But there were... I'll leave it. Nothing to add. I don't need to upset anyone else.
I mean, he's not even on social media. He doesn't
Well, sometimes
post,
things happen in real life.
Yeah, sometimes things do happen in real life, or they don't.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I'd want Mikey Romero and Marcelo Meyer together for an interview. The fact that they grew up together and like have this whole, they're working out in the off season and doing all this stuff together. I feel like that relationship is so undercovered and not talked about enough. The fact that they are now in the same organization together. Mikey Romero's first call was calling Marcelo to be like, holy fuck, we're in the same, organization and doing all this shit. I want to see them talk about what it was like growing up together.
Okay. Fair enough.
Hey guys, it's Jeremiah from Los Angeles again. I have two quick questions. One, do you guys think Raffy would be a better third baseman if he smoked less crack? Because we know he's smoking that crack. Next question. Can you guys give me on a scale of 1 to 10 how good you feel about this roster if we add Alex Bregman, Nolan Arenado, or Randall Grichuk? Like one score for each guy. Anyway, thanks guys. Take care.
Those are good questions. I always appreciate inside joke question. Like I can't be answering straight up ball talk questions on bonus pods. So I appreciate the smoking that crack callback. Tyler?
I think if Raffy smoked crack, he would be a better third baseman because it's the routine plays that kind of eat him up.
He's in his head.
When he's overthinking. You smoke a little crack, there's not shit going through your brain. He becomes an elite defender all of a sudden. 2019.
That's just wrong. Everything's going through your brain simultaneously.
Is it? I've never smoked it.
It's not weed.
Yeah.
It's
like an
mellow you
crack.
out.
Like he's thinking about like the popcorn vendor right now. Like he's like, who is that motherfucker? I've seen him before. Why is he following me? Why is he following me?
Anyone else think the grass is growing faster than normal? Like he'd be freaking out over there.
Yeah. Someone else seeing this purple grass? What the fuck, dude?
Wally just sends him over the fucking wall.
Oh, you can't deal with Wally
Just
on
dumb.
crack. That
He would just start throwing haymakers at Wally. Like, I don't like this guy's eyes. I don't like the way he's looking at me like that.
no.
Why doesn't he blink? Why is he's not blinking?
I can't think of a worse place to be high on crack cocaine than surrounded by 37,000 people looking directly at you. I can't think of a worse place to be.
No. All right, so let's do the exercise. The Red Sox with Alex Bregman are a what?
A 9. A.
That's too strong. The Red Sox with Alex Bregman are a 7-9.
I was thinking like 6-8 to 7-2, somewhere in there. It's hard because I'm thinking of it both for just next year. I'd be higher on it. Long term, I would put it at like
just next year.
Yeah, just next year. Then it's like a 7-2.
All right, I'm at a 7-9. Tyler's at a fucking 9, which is outrageous. What a spread.
I think you could compete for a World Series.
The Red Sox with Nolan Arenado.
Does this include a Tristan Casas trade?
No.
Let's just say no.
Devers the DH?
Yeah, I'm at like a 7-5 for just this year.
7-5 is where I'm at.
Yeah, I'd be at a 7.
A 7?
Yeah, like 7.5 right in that.
How are they a 9 with Bregman and a 7 with? Do you understand how decimals work, brother?
I do. I think
you can be
Alex,
in between.
Yes, no, I get it. 7.75. I don't think there's a dramatic difference there, but I think Nolan Arenado is a league average bat at this point. The defense is still a plus, but I think if you add Alex Bregman in here, you still maintain that entire lineup. There's still room for Masataka Yoshida as well. I think the entire team really kind of fits well. Nolan Arenado is not the right-handed bat that makes this lineup work.
It's not though. What about the reverse splits for Bregman?
He was a 100 weighted runs created plus against left-handed starters or left-handed pitchers last year. I know people want to act like he's absolutely garbage. He's just average. That's it. He's an average bat against left-handed starters. And for me, if you include Tristan Casas last year, who was the same hitter against lefties as Freddie Freeman, Trevor Story, who's hit lefties in his career, it doesn't get you all the way to making up for Tyler O'Neill, but it puts you in a much better spot. Nolan Arenado couldn't hit a fucking lefty if his life was on the line at this point in time.
Wow.
True. It's not being mean, just being honest.
The Red Sox with Randall Grichuk are a 7-2.
I would go. I feel pretty similar about him and Arenado. They don't really move me in one way. They're not. Nothing's getting me super excited one way or the other. If anything, I might expect to get more out of Grichuk's bat with how he hit lefties last year. We're just dominated against them. I'd give it a 7 as well. Arenado is just not a needle mover.
Coley is on dad duty. So, I mean, we're down to just me and UT.
We're rocking.
We went
it's
from
like the old
losing
days.
Jake to losing Steve. Yeah, this is Name Redacted right now.
Name Redacted. Yeah. J-Dog, remember when it was just me and you?
I mean, it feels like a lifetime ago now, right?
You hated life back then.
I didn't hate life.
You had fun when it was just me and you?
Yeah.
I feel like I was different back then.
It was a different flavor. It was a different show for sure. Like it was not Section 10, but it was still good.
It was very ball talk heavy, which I think when we came back with Section 10, for the people that came during the Name Redacted era, they were like very confused for a hot minute. But I feel like everyone's on the same page now where they're like, this is by far the best version of Red Sox talk there could be.
Yeah, like it always confused me that people discovered me as a podcaster during Name Redacted. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, how is this just like not all Section 10 people that are waiting for Section 10 to come back? And I don't know. I mean, I'm happy that the people who discovered us during Name Redacted came with us for the return of Section 10, and the people that were like Section 10 listeners that didn't listen to Name Redacted and came back once Section 10 was back are like, yeah, like this is definitely the best lineup that they've ever had.
I think big part of it was YouTube. Like if you look back at the old Section 10 channel when you guys were at Barstool, you had a very short amount of uploads on the YouTube channel. It was like towards the end of the podcast. We had a YouTube
for like 2 months.
Exactly. For us, I think the YouTube audience that we grew was very different, and you say it all the time, compared to even the Reddit or the overall podcast audience. So when I look at the YouTube comment section, even for Section 10 to this day, it's a lot of people who started with Name Redacted and then came over, and they see the show totally different than the old audience did.
Definitely. Yeah. It's like
they go hard after you like all the time, which if you are on the other side, it's not that. It's usually the other way. Yeah, like the
Reddit comes after me a decent amount. Twitter, not really ever. The YouTube here and there for sure. But I feel like more often than not, it's positive. Yeah, like I definitely get more negative on Baseball is Dead because it's like fans of other teams. And they're like, why is the Red Sox guy telling me how to feel as a Pirates fan? I'm like, fair, I guess.
I think for you, and you taught me this when I first started doing this, and it was because like I didn't really understand like the different times of the year. When there's nothing going on, people get loud and they want to complain and they want to get angry about something.
Yep.
I think the subreddit was very like anti-Alex Bregman the last week or so. And to me, it was like, all right, it feels like people have nothing to talk about. They kind of want to just like be angry about something. And like that was the theme of the week. We just need to get to spring training because then people will be like, all right, at least there's new topics. There's something to say. Yeah. People are talking. Right now, people are just like angry about the same subject all the time.
Yeah. And I don't give a fuck. I don't care how big the show gets. I will get in the trenches and fight you on something if I feel strongly about it. I definitely pick my battles. There's too many people talking shit for me to defend every corner that I'm getting attacked. But especially if you're in like the Section 10 Reddit, it's like, all right, like these are like the diehards, like these are the people that listen to every episode. But if you come at me, I'm not just gonna like be like, oh no, I'll let them discuss amongst themselves. Like, no, like if you throw a shot, I'll throw a shot back if I know that I'm right. If someone's like has a criticism or they disagree and I'm like, well, I see your point. Like we don't have to agree on this, but like I see your point. So you can have your opposite take. But if you're just saying some wild shit that isn't true, I'll definitely take up and get in the trenches on anywhere, really. Twitter, Reddit,
Like
Instagram.
Coley putting you in a box allegedly.
Yeah, anyone can get the smoke these days. I got
I
nothing
will
but
say
time.
the subreddit, I felt like during the Name Redacted days, I wasn't not looking at it, but there were times and people who listened back then, like I was young, I was learning a lot. It was just me.
You were
and
just new.
I was new. It was taking time for me to develop. And there were definitely a lot of people that were like, fuck, dude, you are not Coley. You are not Steve. Like, this is very different. But
well,
now,
you're not. You're not.
I couldn't be.
But like, that is why you're great. Like, that's why you're over now.
I was also 22. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, 22 to 26 is like a big growth area for people to like figure out their voice and how they want to act and how they want to talk. I feel like if you listen to the first episode of Name Redacted, I said like 6 words and I was so intimidated by Pat and Pete. Pat was this prospect I remember tweeting about weirdly. You were someone I used to tweet at all the time. And like, I was outside the bubble, obviously. And then Pete was like, oh, OG Section 10, the era that I listened to the most. It was very hard for me to adapt, but you grew with me. You gave me time and now people can deal with me.
Yeah. And you're you. You're not Coley. You're not Steve, but you're Tyler. And that's a big personality.
Thank you. You let me get here. Because if you didn't, or if you were fast with me, I don't know what the hell would have happened, man. It would have been very scary.
I am usually pretty good at identifying moldable talent.
I feel like what I turned into, though, I feel like did take not a bad turn, but you're like, this kid's a freak. He's crazier than I even ever imagined.
I mean, you got comfortable. That's a good thing.
And now I feel good when I tell these stories. Like, I'm always like, should I do therapy? Am I someone who should talk to someone and work through some things? And listening, we do the BetterHelp ad and everything. I feel like this is my therapy now. I tell my traumas through this.
Yeah, I agree with that. That definitely, especially over the course of the season when it's 16-hour days and no sleep and no days off for months, plus travel, and you still have to be a person. You still have a real life. Yeah, like the podcast is like a nice little escape. It's not. I don't look at it as work. I'm just like I get to sink my teeth into this and get away from everything else. Like it's nice.
Exactly. I did want to mention one thing because I'm considering this partially tea time right now. A lot of people, I had tweeted about potentially doing some streams for MLB The Show. It's dropping in March. Cover's sick, by the way. I don't know if you saw it. Skeens, Gunnar, and Ellie. Different. They needed it. That Vladdy cover last year sucked. Game wasn't very good either. Didn't like the Jazz Chisholm cover either. But there is going to be some Tyler Milliken MLB The Show streams coming. Jared, I want you to do co-op on MLB The Show with me.
Xbox or PS5?
PS5.
Okay.
Are you an Xbox guy?
I'm a neither guy, but so I just I just ordered an 86-inch TV.
Okay.
That I'm putting in the ceiling in my bedroom.
Okay.
And I'm getting like a mount for Nintendo Switch. Train's oldest daughter has an Xbox. I'm gonna mount that, and then I'm gonna mount a PS5, I guess, and just have all 3 systems.
I don't know if there's crossplay for Xbox and PlayStation at this point in time. We'll figure it out one way or the other. But I feel like Jared and Tyler running the same baseball team, playing other people online, it'd be a disaster, but it'd be a fun disaster.
I would love that.
Please. I think that's what the people want.
I would do that. Team Name Redacted.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I would. I gotta get back into. I mean, I haven't played.
It's hard.
MLB The Show since Pedroia was on the cover. What was that? 09?
Yes, 09. Someone posted the covers the other day. Ortiz, Adrian Gonzalez, 2012, the most underrated MLB The Show. I don't care. I played 60 games online, and that's back when MLB The Show online was fucking garbage. Ryan Lavarnway, one of the best weird generic stance hitters of all time, but I fucking raked with Ryan Lavarnway. Sorry you had to walk back into that, Coley.
I heard the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
You did?
Yeah, I had my headphones. One of them was in.
Oh, all right.
Little Name Redacted hangout.
Is my godson, is he misbehaving?
He's just a jackass. Just screaming.
Does he need a stern talking to?
That's what I went and delivered.
Oh, okay. Did he listen?
For now, we'll see. He gets an attitude quickly.
I'll text him.
Yeah, no, for sure. We'll just be like, hey, chill out.
Does he not sleep well?
Most 7-month-olds don't.
Interesting.
They don't know how good they got it.
Yeah. I mean, he has no responsibilities.
He gets carried everywhere he goes. Can you imagine how nice that would be?
It's nice, but it's controlling at the same time. Sometimes you do. Look at you. You like to stand.
Listen, we're all on his time, as you just saw. Like,
True.
You are the one in control. It's like when you owe the bank $1,000, they own you. When you owe a bank $100 trillion, you own the bank. That's what being a baby is.
We got some DMs, T?
Hold up. I got him.
Wow.
You going to do the song?
No.
Shout out Jake, who took the time to send all of these over, and he left them up to me to pick them out.
Wow.
You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
This is from Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
I'm down here. Wait, whoa. This didn't make sense. I'm a movie guy and a Red Sox guy. For you Interstellar fans, what 3 Red Sox players, past, present, would you want with you to explore into space? Keep in mind, you may be with them forever. I've never seen Interstellar. I don't even know what
Me
that
neither.
is.
I didn't know what that was.
Coley?
It's a horror
Go
movie.
into space. Is it really?
No, but it is horrifying.
Is that the Sandra Bullock movie?
Nope, that's Gravity. Interstellar's the Christopher Nolan masterpiece that stars, I almost called him Bradley Cooper. That's wrong. Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, genuinely horrifying. Yeah, and beautiful and all of it. The first 2 answers that come to mind are Oil Can Boyd and Bill Spaceman Lee. Those 2 feel like very easy additions.
Are you guys just going to do drugs in space?
Listen, are you a space cop? What's it to you? The fuck do you care?
You're trying to get me to admit something on the record here?
Yeah. Sorry, officer. I didn't know we were speeding past Mars. My bad. Third?
Bobby Dahlbeck. Bobby Dahlbeck.
Bob would be a great hang.
He looked too good in
great.
space.
Great to have up there.
Mm-hmm. Bob loves space.
I could see that. I'd see Bob being a big space guy.
Big space guy.
Who else was just like sick? I feel like there's a lot of options here.
Trying to think of who I would have the best time with. Nap.
You don't want to be drinking like that in space. That's an awful idea.
Why?
Because when
if
you puke,
throw up,
it just
does it get
sits.
stuck in your esophagus?
No, it just floats around, y'all.
Yeah, you could control it pretty well.
Ball it up. I'd want Jason Veritek because he'd be working very hard to get us back home. I'm looking for people that are going to get us back. Tech?
He would hate you.
We speak the same language.
No.
I'm a former catcher.
No.
I
bet I might pick Tech. He's
fuck you.
I mean, he likes me. We would just talk ball for hours.
You got time. Trust me.
El Capitan. Yeah, I might pick Tech.
I'll take JBJ because he'd comfort me and treat me lovingly during.
I don't think he would like you. I don't think he would like you.
It's weird that the 2 players I named.
That.
Yeah, he's very
he's
small
a sweetheart
kind of guy. He's very nice. Yes.
No,
but
Xander.
you might catch him off guard.
I need Xander.
Xander would be cool.
Yeah.
I'll take Pat because he has a lot of money and also might be able to get us home soon.
How's that
Bro.
going to help in space?
If Pat Light doesn't call me the fuck back, dude. I have my Section 10 jersey signed by everyone who's ever been a host, except for Pat, and I need him to sign it so I can get it framed. I have the spot on the wall picked out. I have blue painter's tape marking the dimensions of the framed piece, and it's just on the wall. And it's driving me fucking insane that I can't just go get this jersey framed because Pat has to sign it. But he won't. Like, I texted, I called him the other day and he didn't answer. And I texted him. I said, call me back at your earliest convenience. And he said, I'll call you back at my earliest convenience. And then didn't call me that day. The next day I texted him. I said, can't wait. And then,
Nothing?
nothing.
He is in the process of forming a lifetime commitment, though, right now with his wife, correct?
Fiance.
Yeah.
But they're talking about moving over here.
What? Locally?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can finally.
She's from around here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Local kid.
Local kid. So I need him to sign that because I just, the OCD in me, I just look at that spot on the wall and I'm like, that's there because of Pat. But all that to say, I would definitely pick him for my astronaut team.
I'd
pick Bronson
That's
Arroyo
true.
and Clay Buchholz so they could play songs for me.
I don't know what makes you think that Clay Buchholz would be like, if you're going to be like, oh, like I picked Bronson Arroyo because he's a good musician, then just pick the one musician. Why do you need like two guitarists? One does it professionally, one just does it as kind of like a drunk party trick, I guess.
He wants Gammons and Theo.
Yeah.
I was hoping we'd form some kind of like a cover band and they'd be, you know, the instrument people and I'd be the lead vocalist.
I love, we're going to go to another planet that has not discovered music yet, and we're going to be the fucking Beatles.
Fuck yeah.
They're like, what is this beautiful sound?
But it would just be okay, you know?
Yeah.
What would you contribute to the cover band?
I could rap or freestyle or do slam poetry. I'd be open to a lot of different things.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
Tactical move incoming!
Stop and shop. Look ahead. Stop and shop.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Look ahead.
Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop, we look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop, we look ahead.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
What's better than having to stop and shop, getting it done for all of you?
Should I make a new version for 2025?
No.
Okay. I didn't know if I had to like update it or.
No. Imagine doing a Section 10 live show before a playoff game and performing that live in front of an audience.
They go crazy. People will be so confused who don't know anything about the Red Sox.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. But I don't know anyone that's like walking into a bar like that before a playoff game just being like, oh, I was in the neighborhood.
Here to read. Yeah.
Yeah, just wanted to stopped in for a quick drink.
Got a work call if everyone could quiet the fuck down.
Yeah. I think you'll be good. I think you'll hit the target audience for it, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
The gun sounds are not going to go over well in a very busy room like that.
No, I'm trying to picture an alien civilization hearing that with no context to the Red Sox or groceries.
I want David Ortiz there to drop his line at the end.
I bet you he'd do it.
You know the man.
He would show up just for that line and then leave.
Appearance fee?
Quick 25K, yeah.
I'm gonna have to shit myself a lot in some of these car accidents to get it done.
I mean, you can shit yourself once, and a quarter of that is going to get it done for everyone.
Maybe not a piss, just a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Quick poop.
Mm-hmm.
Hit me up, Poppy.
All right, let's do a couple more. We wanted the goal to be done by midnight. We got 9 minutes.
Fuck. All right, next up we have Stin.
Who?
Stin. Stin.
Hello, Stin.
Oh,
That's
I
not a
think
real
it's
name.
Austin, but short. Hey, fellas. Big news out of Brockton. Jim Rice is now part owner of the Brockton Rocks. Do you think he'll be able to save that franchise like he saved little Johnny Keane in 1982, or are the Rocks toast? P.S. Tyler, I saw Mr. Osgood from the Kennedy last month. He says, what's up? I had him in 4th grade, too.
Mr.
That's the teacher that you said like that he was like a piece of shit because he talked to you about baseball during recess.
Yep. Mr. Osgood, listen, you really kind of ruined my entire baseball career. I was on a really nice incline at that time. I was kind of coming into my own. I had added a little weight, but it wasn't bad weight. And unfortunately, I gained a lot more weight because I wasn't exercising in recess.
Do you think someone sent him that clip of you just slandering his good name?
Probably. Dude, he's buff as fuck. He'd beat the hell out of me.
Why did you target this man? He sounds awesome.
He was a good dude, yeah.
He's a good dude who's jacked and talked to you about baseball during recess, and all you've done is just shit all over him.
Dude, I wanted to play wiffle ball with my friends. I was in 4th grade, and I had to sit on the fucking little curb thing every single day. You know how defeating that was?
He probably thought that you weren't going to play wiffle ball. They were like, oh, like this is clearly the kid that's not getting picked.
I was getting picked. I was a captain sometimes.
Mm.
You guys think I was just like this hated child?
No, I don't think that you were hated. You're very likable.
Thank you. I was,
All my
but
opinions.
I would not have picked you for my wiffle ball team. And then seeing your performance in the Digger Derby, like you definitely didn't. It looked like you never played wiffle ball before.
I had the flu. Can we be fair here? In
No,
110
I think if I had the
degree-
flu, I still would have beat Steve for sure.
and like bad things.
I think if I had
happen-
one arm, I would have still beat Steve.
Oh,
one
definitely.
arm and the flu.
One arm could be helpful with the wiffle ball bat.
I mean,
Imagine
Smitty
having-
did it in the Barstool one. I mean, I fucking smoked everyone in that too.
I had the flu. I had an emotional moment in the bathroom. There was a lot going on.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There was a
Yeah,
lot going
yeah.
on that day. Okay.
Yeah, you did.
You got stuck in
I
there?
forgot
What
about
happened?
that.
Oh no. I wish I had got stuck in the bathroom. But I can't speak about it publicly or there could be lawsuits.
Yeah.
Next up.
All right, let's do another question. Yeah.
Hold on. I closed the app. Fuck.
I don't even know that we answered the last one. I forget what it was.
Oh yeah. Jim Rice, Brockton Rocks.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this is new. The Brockton Rocks have been basically operating as a summer collegiate team for 13 years.
I know who the Brockton Rocks are.
Well, now they're going to be back in indie ball essentially with the Frontier League.
Go Rocks.
Dude,
There we go, rocks.
you guys don't know. As a kid who grew up in Brockton, all the McCoy Stadium talk has been extremely cool. The Brockton Rocks were my version of McCoy Stadium as a kid. That's where we went for, a random night out in the middle of the summer. And you go out there and Oil Can Boyd and Spaceman Lee were playing for this team, managing this team. It was an extremely big thing if you went to school in Brockton because like the nights out where they'd do free tickets for all the students, you could go out there. They'd have like a bouncy house you could do. And it was cheap food. It was kind of all those things with McCoy Stadium. But for a city like Brockton that didn't have a lot of, fun nightlife and things to do that was safe for kids, the Brockton Rocks were that. And when you were in elementary school, every single year you took a field trip to see a game at the Brockton Rocks that they played at like, I don't know, it was something like noon. And you would walk from your school to the ballpark. It was crazy. It'd be like a line of like 100 kids just walking through Brockton suburb neighborhoods until they got there.
Sick.
Dude, respect
Listen,
it.
I one of my friends used to play for the Brockton Rocks. Yeah. Go Brockton Rocks. Big fan.
You gonna come
Thanks, bro.
visit?
Yeah.
Okay. Next
You don't
question.
even live there anymore, dude.
Dude, I visit.
Yeah, that property you manage.
Yeah.
This one's from Jake. Not
Hey,
our
Jake.
Hypothetical. The pod is stuck on an island between Jake, T, Coley, Jared, and Steve. Who would survive the longest, and what's the order in which the others die? And for added effect, how would each die?
You would die
Tyler would die first. Yeah.
I'm a survivor.
No, you're not. You would get bitten by a snake like 3 minutes in and be like, "Oh shit." And you wouldn't even you would die. It would be like a spider snake poison situation. You would not last very long. I would die second because I would be like, I have a negative mindset. So I'd be like, we are stuck here. I'm not starving to death. I'm a very picky eater. I'd be like, I'm not eating like
Fish.
a fucking squirrel that we just wrote. Like,
Squirrel tastes
so
good.
I would hang myself from a coconut tree probably day 2.
Those island squirrels you hear so much about.
Yeah, flying squirrels. I forgot to mention. Yes, Tyler.
Would you guys be building graves for those who died, or is the body being eaten? What are you guys doing?
I would volunteer my body to be eaten.
I'd like to be eaten too.
I think the problem with T is we would get out of the wreckage and he would immediately assume we were going to gang up on him to eat him, which would cause him to try and run away. And that's where he would like fall into a hole filled with snakes. And that would be the end of T.
Yeah.
You guys underestimate me, man. I watch this guy who takes his like 4-year-old children into the wilderness in like sub 30-degree temperatures, and I see how they're surviving. Yeah, I think I could do that shit. It doesn't look that
Definitely
hard.
not.
You
You'd be
also
dead
said
in
that you were
Alaska
going
so
to
fast.
dominate the Dinger Derby, and then you got sick the second we landed, and you hit 0 home runs. So yes, we do underestimate.
What are you going to do when I win it?
Reason.
When I win it in 2025?
I've seen you unsuccessfully walk into the gates of a NASCAR event and not be able to find 2 people that were behind you.
And one of them massively large.
I do like
he looks like a fucking sports mascot, but in human skin, and you still couldn't find him.
Couldn't narrow it down. Turn around.
No.
Good eyes.
No. I would die second via suicide day 2. Steve would die next because I trust that Coley and Jake would probably kill him for food at some point. Be like, all right, it's not going to be you and it's not going to be me, so it's got to be him. And then by that point, I feel like you guys would be rescued. I don't think Jake or Coley would die. I think Coley would become institutionalized. I think they might try to rescue him, and he's like, I'm not leaving.
My island.
Yeah. He's like, this is my island now. Jake would probably leave. He would want to come back and produce well, I mean, I guess baseball is dead because I would be dead. So I don't know. But yeah, so Jake makes it off the island. Coley stays on the island. Tyler dies first. I die second. Steve dies third. Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah, last one.
Here we go.
Didn't you have a question where you were like, "Man, this question's fucking unbelievable"?
I thought
did we already get to that one?
It was the Brockton Rocks one.
Yeah, I think. It was
Yeah,
the
probably
Brockton
was.
Rocks one. Last question.
Is this the question, or did we already do the question that you were hyping up?
It was the Brockton Rocks question.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Coley reads me well.
I thought he was joking.
No.
Within the last 3 minutes, I was joking, but within the last 3 minutes, he said, I underestimate him and don't know him at all. And then I read him perfect.
That's crazy. Were you here when he said that, Coley?
Which?
When I think it was maybe, I can't remember if it was before the original podcast or in between, but he was like, I got this question. I don't want to ruin it for you. I don't want to spoil it, but this question is fucking crazy. And it was like, do you like the Brockton Rocks?
It's the history of the Brockton Rocks. Have some respect.
Whatever, dude. Last question.
All right. This one is from Carson. Do y'all take the over or under at 2.5 games.
Wait, hold on. Why did you just fucking look at me like I interrupted you?
No, I was just finding my place. I realized.
No.
Like, that was not what that look.
No, that was,
it was
like
a peaceful walk.
Excuse me, I'm talking. Yeah. Like
this fucking asshole cut me off
for
again.
the last 9 years. When someone DMs a question and you tell me their name, I say hello to them first, and then the question gets read.
So do not look at me
on the response like today. I just interrupted you. You interrupted me.
J-Dog, we are building chemistry because I'm in Steve's role right now.
No, we're not. I think it's another example of you just never fucking listened to the show before. You were on it, and then while you're on it, you still don't listen to it.
I'm a good listener.
You're not. One of the worst. One of the worst. So try that one again. No, finger down. Try that again.
Yes.
This one's from Carson.
Hey, Carson.
Do y'all take the over or under at 2.5 games that Tyler goes to this year?
So low, much lower.
Higher.
I think it depends.
We're going to be at Fenway.
I think it depends.
On?
Factors.
Yeah, there's factors.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys know that Jake is in on my Section 10 season tickets this year?
Oh, yeah.
How many games are you going to?
I don't know how many he got. 5? I'm pretty sure I paid for them. I don't know. I'm bad with money. I'm pretty sure like my dad was like the money's due and I just like paid for it, and I don't think I ever asked Jake for any money. So he earned it, I guess. Yeah, good job, Jake.
Jake owes me too.
Huh?
Jake owes me too.
He might have paid me for. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. Who cares? We're all gonna die. Can't take it with you.
He has my merch from Connor.
Okay.
Soon.
What was the question?
Oh, hold on.
Oh, over under 2.5 games attended by Tyler Milliken in 2025.
Yes.
There are factors that could push it to well over.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think no factors whatsoever. We will be at more than, I'd say, 5 Red Sox games together this year.
No.
Really? At the end of last season,
why
all
do you say
talked about,
really like you go to more than 5 games every year? Like you go to maybe one a year, if that. Did you go to any? You didn't go to any last year, right? The bananas don't count.
No. Well, we did Section 10 day, but the year prior, I went to 2 on my own. With Martha
okay, that's still the under. That's
so
still the under.
One a season.
Yeah, and last year you were only there because the Red Sox put on a night for you.
They invited you. Yeah,
that was nice of them.
Direct to consumer outreach. They were like, "Hey, we got to get you to this. We'd like it. We promise you like it."
Yeah, even if you count the Savannah Bananas, you still hit the under.
I'm gonna be there a lot more this year, which is like 3 to 5
Based
games.
on what?
3 to 5 games.
Based on what?
I'm gonna be out in the cut and I'm gonna be filming shit.
All right, but based on what? Like your interest in the Red Sox didn't go up. Your free time did not increase. You moved farther away.
I have less free time than ever right now.
There's no factors that lead me to believe that you are going to 5x your attendance in 2025.
I just feel inside of me like I'm going to be inside of Fenway a lot.
All right, I disagree. So
if I go to 5 Red Sox games this year, I should get a prize. Or like a congratulations minute on the podcast where like everyone acknowledges me.
We can figure something out if you make it to 5 games, yeah. Because you're not.
We'll see.
I'm just, again, like I want to know what makes you think that, because every time I asked you what makes you think that, you just started babbling about nothing.
No. I was expanding on my thought.
I'm in the cut.
Down the stretch.
Yeah.
I think down the stretch this
I just
year,
feel it deep inside.
Yeah.
Sometimes
it's
it
just a
is about
feeling that I feel in the cut.
If the Red Sox are making a playoff push and it's for real, we're gonna be there.
Wow.
So
you
you're
won't
not just gonna
support-
go for the love of the game.
Yeah, I like just being in the park.
Yeah,
Listen,
for me,
we all like being in the park, but it's different when they're in it.
Sure, but the year that I went to the most games ever was probably 2012. That was the worst year ever. I went to like 50 games.
That was my first 162 year.
Wow, that sucks.
It was fun at the end of the year seeing like Jose Iglesias come up. That was a
No, it
highlight.
wasn't. No, it wasn't. I tried to join the Marines immediately.
They take you?
Excuse me?
No disrespect, but like you have like what they're looking for.
What the fuck does that mean?
My dad got drafted and they rejected him because he had flat feet.
What do you know about my feet? What about me in 2012 would suggest that the Marines would be like, pass?
Well, at that time, you weren't as muscly developed.
I was literally on steroids. I was fucking huge in 2012.
Were you? You were that big back then?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was more your skinny era.
That was right when I started. Yeah, that was when I was like bulking up. I probably went in 2010. 2010, I was probably like 130 pounds, but then by like the start of 2013, I was probably like fucking 185.
Can you do roids in the army?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they drug test, but I don't know if they look the other way on roids. I bet you in like the like special forces and SEAL Team 6, they can probably juice.
I mean, they probably got their own type of juice.
Yeah. Yeah. They probably have some like NDA military agreement where it's like, yeah, if you guys are going to sauce, then we have doctors on the base that will inject you and then give you physicals to. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. There's definitely people in the military. They're like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? We don't have special steroids in the military.
I mean, that's kind of how like Russia did it. So it's a fair assumption to make, but
for hockey, yes. But
no, for their troops, like they've been
do like
testing
speed
on
and shit, right?
soldiers forever. Yeah, that's not like a new thing by any means. But I mean, you've met my brother-in-law. He's a ranger. You know what I mean? Like but kind of the trick is, no, he's not on steroids. But what I was gonna say is like, when you're not like actively deployed, you don't do. And this is going to piss people off, but it's a lot of just like lifting weights. Like it's kind of sick.
Yeah.
Like he wakes up, lifts, goes to like an office job when he's not getting new badges and certifications and becoming a super soldier.
Yeah. Like I think that there's definitely, the upper echelon of military branches or teams. They've gotta be. We'll look the other way on PEDs. Because some of these guys are fucking massive.
It's not for the love of the game; it's to win.
Yeah, it's to kill people. Like
the other team's not like
it
that didn't count.
Oh, you fucking you broke that guy's arm off and shoved it up his ass with your bare hands, but you were on PEDs. Like that's not fair. It's like no. Like we want killing machines is what we want.
We're not putting.
We
you in the
don't
Hall
care
of
how we
Fame.
achieve it.
I'm not voting for that guy. He didn't do it the right way.
Why wouldn't you allow PEDs at every level of the military?
Because if someone had like a heart attack or something, then it like
that's not what happens when you're on steroids. You get like liver cancer. You're not going to have a heart attack unless you're on copious amounts of HGH and your heart triples in size and is pumping so much blood that it's just like I tap out. That's how you die from PEDs is like all the HGH and having an overgrown heart. But yeah, if you're just like pumping roids, then yeah, you're doing a number on your liver for sure.
I also don't want to gloss over the fact that were you about to suggest like the military would get sued for wrongful death?
Yeah, that doesn't
make
a
military.
lot of sense.
Yeah. People die all the time.
Well, they have
because
that,
they're in
like,
the military.
what do you call it? The burning trash, right? Didn't they like give a lot of people like lung cancer from that shit?
I don't know. I can't
Coley?
speak to that.
I'm sure there's a reason that got brought up in your brain. I don't know what it has to do with what we're talking about.
I watched a Joe Rogan interview where the guy was like, we burn
Okay.
a lot of trash and a lot of people. Bad for the lungs to burn trash and then be near the burning trash pit.
That part seems true. Yeah.
I buy it.
Yeah. Definitely shouldn't inhale trash fumes.
No offense,
Fact.
Army.
For the record, 2011, only steroid use in my life, and who knows if it was even steroids. I don't know. I remember I bought it from this kid I went to high school with, and one of the dumbest people I've ever met in my life. Who knows what was in that bottle? And it was like the drops under your tongue, and I did it like half of it, and then got too guilty, and I just like whipped the bottle into the woods behind my parents' house. I was like, I don't want to get caught with this. So like, have I done steroids? Yes. But it was at this point almost 15 years ago, and I didn't even finish the cycle. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. It honestly could have just been like fucking laundry detergent. I'll never know. Yes, Tyler.
So that thing of steroids is still in the woods somewhere out there for a child to, get lit on?
No. I mean, you would never find it. Like the backyard in my parents' house, like there's the backyard is fenced in, but over the fence of the backyard is just a sea of leaves and trees. Like it's not, there's no way that no one goes in there. It's not like a traveled through area. Yeah.
It's just some huge wolf out there.
There's definitely coyotes for sure.
Shout out Lou.
Just like a coyote comes out from the backyard, just fucking massive pipes. It's like, what's up, motherfucker? Knock, knock.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would feel very responsible for that.
Mm-hmm.
But there would be no way to prove it. You can't tie it back to me.
No.
Yeah. Was there another question, Tyler, that stood out to you or no?
No, I think that was about it. Those were our strongest.
I don't even remember the last question. I feel like every question we just like talked about something else.
2.5 Sox games for Milliken.
That was the most recent question that we got?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was
Under.
I defy expectations every time.
No, you don't.
Can you let me have something?
No, I just
one time I disappointed. One time.
That's wrong, actually. No.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you disappointed quite a bit.
One time, a bad day.
What do you mean? Which time are you referring to?
The Dinger Derby.
That was, yeah, you the over under, the higher lower was 0.5 and you hit lower?
Technically.
No.
If you ask Joe West, I went deep. If you ask Joe West,
not technically.
Technically.
Train does this all the time. It drives me nuts. Like, we don't argue about much, but she does this thing where I'll say something that is just an objective, factual statement, and she'll be like, maybe. And I'm like, nope. I'll be like, the sky is blue out there today, and she'll be like, maybe. And I'm like, no, it is. Like, there's no other argument. Like, it's blue. It's definitely blue. And
Shout
that's
out
you right
D-Train.
there.
Sometimes in life, you got to question the things that are, very obvious to some people. If you really think about things, everything can kind of be different. So credit to her for really thinking outside the box.
No.
Yeah.
Not credit to her. No.
Credit to you.
I am in the process of steering her away from using maybe as the response to factual statements.
I'm sure that's going well.
It's
maybe.
Not. It's not. She'll never stop. So now I'm just doing it back. That's the mature thing to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say that'll fix it.
Yeah.
That was your therapist's suggestion.
Yeah. I got therapy tomorrow morning. I'm gonna leave it that.
Have you tried mocking her to her face?
Yeah.
Call her a stupid name.
Yeah, it's just it's a battle right now.
No, you gotta grind it out.
Have to. Yeah, fight fire with fire. That's what I always say. We'll prevail. It might take some time to break her down, but we'll get there.
I mean, I've been married like 6 years now, some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
No one in this house believes me, no matter what I say. They're just like, that's probably wrong. And it's I don't know how many times I need to be proven correct for it to click with these fucking people that sometimes I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, last night I'm like hanging up stuff here out in the media room, and I was trying to find like the step stool, and I couldn't find it anywhere. Checked every room in the house, and she's like, "Oh, it's in the laundry room." I was like, "No, it's not." She's like, "Well, maybe it is." I'm like, "No, it's not. I was just there." She's like, "Well, but maybe if you look harder, it might appear out of thin air." Like, okay. Nah, I disagree. It's just not there. And that's okay. That's okay that it's not there. Gives me an excuse to go back to Target. I've been to Target 3 days in a row this week. 3 days in a row.
To get the Pizza
I'm
Hut?
on a Target. It's just a hot streak. What did you say?
You get Pizza Hut?
They don't have Pizza Hut in Target.
No, they haven't had that in a long time, T.
The ones around us do.
They got Starbucks.
Yeah, it's usually Starbucks to the left and then the Pizza Hut.
Nah, no Pizza Hut.
I haven't seen that in forever. They used to sell popcorn. A lot of those lost that in 2020. Like
I saw people talking about the popcorn thing. I had never seen that before.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut though, on the go, man. You need something in your stomach.
Oh, you don't have to
talk
me
to the
about-
Hut. Yeah. I mean, come on.
I hold the Hut in high regard.
Well, the one in the Miami airport.
Correct. But that's like the only one to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time I fly to Miami, I know I'm going to the Hut in the airport.
First stop, last stop.
Why not? Why not us? You know?
That would be a good video. We just go to the Miami Hut and then fly right back.
Turn around and get the fuck out of there. It's my favorite pizza place. Never miss it. All right. We'll be back on Wednesday. Pitchers and catchers getting real close. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, do not anticipate an Alex Bregman emergency pod. Doesn't feel like that's going to be a thing.
I didn't answer it. 4 out of 10 if it's Randall Grichuk.
Okay. Did you answer Arenado?
Yeah, I said that before I walked away.
7-2?
Same number. Oh, I think I said 7-5.
7-5. Yeah. I went 7-2 for Grichuk.
Oh, no. Way too high.
Okay. Any final thoughts, T-Dog?
If
you don't have to put your finger up, I just asked you directly.
I was about to make a statement.
Okay, go ahead.
If you lose hope, find that hope and keep moving forward.
Why?
These are dark days for a lot of people this time of year.
Who is it a dark day for?
In January and February, those are 2 of the 12 most depressing months of the year.
January and February, one of the 12 most depressing months of the year.
They are hard months for people.
Mm-hmm.
But baseball will be back soon. In a week from now, we will be celebrating Truck Day.
No, we're actually not going to do that.
I will be celebrating Truck Day.
He's already got the tweet scheduled.
I do.
Oh my God. You should go. You should go to Truck Day. Make some content.
You should go
like
to Truck
fucking
Day.
Idiot.
I have to work.
Yeah, we're telling you to
Call
work
out.
at Truck Day.
Great idea.
Yeah. How bad do you want it?
They'd be pissed if I did that.
No.
You're going to tell my bosses that?
Didn't Adolfo used to go to Truck Day?
I'm not Adolfo, number one. Number two, they have like 8 producers back in the day on Toucher and Rich. We have me and Tom Morgan and an intern. Shout out Liam, our intern. Huge Section
Shout
10
out.
fan.
Shout him out, Liam.
He came in first thing. He had sent me a couple things that, throughout the year of Section 10 that he had tweeted at the show. Great kid.
And he's your intern?
Yes.
You have an intern?
I do. My boy Liam.
What do you need an intern for?
Answer phones.
He hands you the phone.
Yeah. He picks it up and then lets me know if I should do
Why
it.
can't you answer the phone?
I have things to do.
Like what?
Audio production. I'm doing the podcast. I'm writing articles for the website.
Letting swears get through on the air live?
I'm not a perfect
you see
man,
that,
but
Coley?
name a great man who
No,
was.
I didn't.
Oh, man.
Was it a slur this time or no?
No. It was motherfucker. Just fully. I bleeped the first one in the clip, but I did not bleep the second one.
Just bleep the mother part.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I have, honestly, my all-time worst was we played a Pat McAfee clip like 3 months ago. There was 4 F-bombs, and I just, we're
just
Russian.
let them all rip.
We're cutting a lot of audio. It was like the first one hit, and it was like, oh no. And then there was 20 seconds, and then the next one hit. And you're like, it can't get any worse. And then he just hit you with
9/11.
Yes, then he hit you with 2 fucks at the end, and it was over. It was done. All time bad.
You got like FCC'd probably, right?
Shout out to Tom. He dumped him in the moment so that we
Shout
did
out
not
to
get in
Tom.
trouble.
Oh, if they get dumped. I thought that's what you're
it don't,
talking
it
about.
don't matter. Wait, correct me if I'm wrong. If it gets dumped, then it gets dumped on like FM radio, but it still gets through on the stream. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's why they'll always be like, the stream wins again, because they actually end up hearing it, and then they all tweet like, oh, nice job, idiot.
But is there can't be regulations on the stream, right?
No, none.
Okay.
Just FM radio where people quickly realize what happened.
I've always wondered how, like Breakfast Club, for example, like they have so many clips with them swearing, and I know they're on regular FM radio.
Yeah, like their sit down hour long, like Charlemagne asking like the most vulgar questions. Yeah, I'm not sure how that.
They've got to just be on a delay and they're like bleeping it.
Sure, but it's like it has to be impossible to follow along.
You got to really be paying attention.
Although, to be fair, a lot of it, and I know Tyler can correct me because he works in the industry, but a lot of it isn't necessarily even FCC. It's ad money.
Yeah.
Like you can swear on TV, you just won't get as many advertisers, so you'll make less money. Like there really aren't. The FCC kind of wears a lot of shit. It's like a bad GM or a good GM for a bad owner.
And there's levels to it. Certain people can get away with certain things. Maybe some other people can't. Felger likes to say finger banging all the time. That's like a big thing. That's not allowed on our show. But listen, when you're Michael Felger, you get to do Michael Felger things.
How often is he saying that?
Daily. Finger banging is like one of his favorite catchphrases.
About what?
It's crazy. He drops it all the time. Like
what's
we had
like
Gronk
the context that he would use it in?
Like 2 idiots like fucking around, like being dumb. He'd be like, they're finger banging each other or something like that. Like that would be like his context. Like Gronk used the word jerk off 4 times in like a minute today, and it was like absolute chaos, disaster as we tried to make up for it.
Was he in
you
the
only
studio?
have so much delay? Zoom. But you only have so much delay. Yes, the Gronk.
Did I ever tell you that his brother almost moved in my house?
He's a big gym guy, right? Like with equipment and stuff like that.
Yep. Their father like owned gyms in Buffalo, didn't he?
And that's what Gordy does. Yeah. Like the gym in my basement, Gordy like helped me put it together.
Holy shit. And he was going to move in with you?
Yeah. Train moved in March. So it was like the summer before. So probably summer of 23. He like was like asking if I would be down with him renting a room in my house. But at that point I was like in the future, like Train's probably going to move in. So if she wasn't in the picture, there's a very real possibility that I would have rented a room to Gordy for sure.
Would he have gotten the room in the basement where the gym is?
No, that always would have been the gym. He would have gotten one of like the kids' bedrooms. Yeah.
I want the basement bedroom.
There isn't a basement bedroom.
Behind I don't want to reveal anything.
That's not a bedroom.
I thought there
Go
was a
lay
bed
out the
back
blueprint schematics.
I know,
to
I'm
Jared's
getting
house,
worried.
please.
Yeah.
I'll keep that. Let's leave it.
Oh, those things are changing every fucking day.
Yeah. You should see it now. It's pretty sweet.
Opening day.
Yeah, you gonna be there?
Of course. Where else would I be?
Work
like every other time we ask you
I'll
to
be
do
there
something.
afterward.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, so now you're not gonna be there.
If I called out on opening day, I'd be murdered.
So you're not coming.
I'll be there afterwards, like I was last year.
What time's first pitch on opening day?
It's a good question.
It's like 1 or 2, isn't it?
I think so.
You better
Gotta be
fucking
one.
hope it is.
That becomes one of the hardest parts of my job during March and everything. When the spring training games are on at 1, I have a really hard time focusing on what I need to do.
Can't imagine caring about spring training. 205, 210.
Sounds right.
Why is it taking so long? I feel like you have the schedule already tattooed on your thigh.
405.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty beautiful.
For the Red Sox or for everyone?
What's EDT?
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah,
I don't know
405.
why it's a D. What's D?
That's for Red Sox or for everyone?
That's Red Sox.
Yeah. So I mean, like, we'll probably start streaming at like 1.
Yeah, we're gonna do all the games.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. All right. Perfect. So then you'll be able to make it.
I'll be there, baby.
Who are we playing?
Rangers.
Okay, I figured it had to be someone.
4-game series.
We
And they'll
open
be
the
coming
season
from,
with a 4-game
Mexico.
series.
Ah, that could be terrible.
That's stupid. I hate that. I'm gonna be so annoyed by the Rangers.
You're getting Nate Eovaldi, Jacob deGrom in that series without a doubt.
There's plenty of doubt.
Yeah,
Jacob
spring
deGrom
training.
makes it.
Without a doubt, he's for sure gonna make it through spring training. I don't see why he wouldn't.
There's
I got no reason to believe this guy won't be on the mound 2 months from now.
Almost exclusively doubt. But that could be. We could get like Crochet DeGrom opening day. That'd be kind of sick.
Mm. That would
Then
be nice.
Tanner versus Nate.
Mm. All right. We'll be back on Wednesday. We'll see you guys then. Goodbye.
Buenas noches, amigos.